Oh, hey, this is Fred, FR5ED, here with a fun beer review. And I say fun because I've had some fun researching this one a little bit. Didn't go overboard. I'd never heard of this brewery, and as it turns out, they didn't actually launch till 2012, I guess it was. But it's another Tampa Bay, Florida brewery. Tampa Bay is the exploding mecca of craft beer in Florida. I believe we are now approaching 100 breweries in Florida, craft breweries, and it's going to explode past that. But Tampa has kind of led the charge on this, and I forget how many there are in the Tampa area now, but it's, a large chunk of the breweries in Florida are in Tampa. This is a new one. This is Brew Brewing. And before I go any farther, this happens to be their IPA. This is Last Stop India Pale Ale. But let me tell you a little background on them before I tell you how this came about and then about the beer itself. Because craft beer is so huge in Tampa and growing so fast, there's a lot of enterprise over there, and one of them is the Tampa Bay Brew Bus. And I don't know all the background of this, didn't read it all, I'm not going to go into it all, but let me just tell you this one little bit. It says, welcome to the Tampa Bay Brew Bus. Tampa's original brew bus, I'm saying that right, proudly offers brewery tours in the Tampa Bay area. Boasting one of the fastest growing craft beer scenes in the country, the Tampa Bay area is a gold mine for beer enthusiasts with over 20 breweries. There's the answer to that question. The Brew Bus is a bus tour company dedicated to promoting these local breweries by offering a unique and personal beer tour experience. So you can rent the bus. I think it seats 22 people or something like that. And I think they're booked through next year. They need to get more buses and more drivers. But anyway, it just sounds like a great experience. I really want to do that. I have a special birthday coming up in June. I may ask for this. Anyway, what they did, because as they're taking people around from brewery to brewery in Tampa, they wanted to offer them some great beer on the bus, during the ride. And they'd been using local brewery beer. And they decided, hey, it's about time we just brew our own. Because I believe they were brewing their own, but then they decided to open a brewery so they could supply their own. And that's what they did. And that's why it's called Brew Bus Brewing. Interestingly, it's canned. They went into partnership with Cigar City Brewing. This is canned at the new canning facility at Cigar City Brewing there in Tampa. Certainly the biggest and best known, brewery in Tampa. So they collaborated with them on having it, put in this vessel. So now, having that bit of background, let's go back, and I'm going to back up one step and read. I finally found the Brew Bus Brewing website. Took a little doing. So I think I'm putting the website right here so you can check it out. It says for this particular beer, the 7.2% ABV, and interestingly, this can says 7%, so it varies, I'm sure, from batch to batch. Crushable IPA, and I think they mean crushable by the can, is the perfect blend of the refreshing notes of tropical fruit and citrus, along with the clean finish of fresh pine. There's citra hops in this, which will relate. That'll probably give us a little, not just pine, but maybe some cat pee smell. Anyway, hopped with Magnum, Centennial, and Columbus hop additions give this IPA a strong citrusy floral base with little hints of spice. And dry hopped with Amarillo, Simcoe, and Citra, the Last Stop IPA is sure to be a crowd pleaser. And it says 60 IBUs. That's the commercial description. Real quickly, the rating on Beer Advocate, it was a little confusing. They had this listed twice, one under Cigar City and one under Beer Bus. So I'm going to go with the Beer Bus one. They had 22 ratings at an 86. But over on Rate Beer, which was a little more definitive, they had 41 ratings, 89 overall, 75 in style. Not stellar, but that's okay. We're going to taste it for ourselves. This has warmed up nicely to probably the perfect drinking temperature. And let's give it a pour. It's looking fairly light, looking quite light. Looking almost lager pilsner-like. I just, before this, reviewed Cigar City Hopped on the High Seas, which was light. I believe this is even lighter. So this would be a dark straw color, extremely light honey color, and it's pretty clear. We're going to see if we can check out the density of the head here by zooming right on in there. It's kind of mixed with small and large bubbles. Got a good finger and a half, maybe 2 fingers on that head. Let's give it a smell. Oh yeah, oh, right up front is the pine. That's got to be the Citra. But it does have grapefruit right there just behind it. I'm definitely getting pine and grapefruit. That's predominant. And along with the pine, there is that essence of cat pee, and it is not a bad thing. I actually like it a lot. Not cat pee in general, this cat pee. Okay, let's give it a taste. $89.75. Seems low just at first sip, but let me give it another taste. I like it. Carbonation seems a little low, but I'm a fan of lower carbonation because I love cask beer, which is definitely low carbonation. So it seems a little bit lower in the carbonation. As a matter of fact, there's not a lot of bubbling going on right now. Interesting. Well, I'm a fan of that. That's not a negative to me at all. Medium mouthfeel. This is really good. I hope I'm not being biased by the low carbonation. I mean, you had plenty of fat on there. Now, the bubbles have gotten larger quickly. It is very tasty. There's plenty of hop bitterness without being imposing. I think it's just right. Definitely have some, you're getting some malt in there. It's very easy on the tongue. It's kind of low in the IBUs, I believe, but there's a little sweetness. It's not absolutely dry. There is a little sweetness in there, balancing it out. Kind of a citrus flavor milling around with that bready, biscuity, background. This is good. I have no idea why it rated 89 and 75 on Rate Beer. Of course, it's only 41 ratings. I need to post my rating on here. I should bump it up some because I find this very enjoyable. Okay. I'm going to enjoy the rest of that. That is delightful. Okay, this is Brewbus Brewing, Last Stop IPA, and this is Fred, FR5ED, over and out.